Okay, so for this exploration, I decided to do a um, blog, a video blog, just a response to a couple YouTube videos that I saw based on education in England. A lot of it had to do with just comparing their education with American. They go up to year 13, of course. Um, they don't call year one kindergarten, so that's why they have that extra year. And the last 2 years are not required. It's actually your choice whether or not you go. So there's a lot of that. Because interestingly enough, the main audience for these English YouTubers were Americans. So of course, they want to clear the air on how their education system works. Another thing that I found really interesting is bullying. Apparently, bullying is a really serious situation in England, and I don't know. I think it's like that everywhere. But statistics say, and this is like really that I read in a government site, was that it's actually 48% of the kids in England that attend school say that there's problems with bullying, whether secondhand or first-hand experience. Um, and from that same site, I found, what do they, what is their definition of bullying and all that stuff. And one of the things is that you apparently have to prove that you're bullied, and this is, something that I took directly from that site. It said you need to provide examples of the words or actions used, provide clear, objective evidence of bullying, try to describe the specific behavior they are concerned about, providing dates, times, and locations. This is because it is more difficult to judge bullying from general remarks. Yeah. What kid, I mean, when they're getting bullied, what are they supposed to take notes? Like, dates, times, and locations? Like, this isn't clear. You can't say, it was Mr. Mustard in the dining room with the candlestick. Um, I don't know. I don't know how effective that is. And it just, I mean, I get that you want as much credit to what you're saying, but it just seems like a little bit much. Um, and another interesting thing that I found from that site is when they ask the kids, like, what they think they should do to stop bullying or, try to, help it out a little bit, is 1/4 of the children that they asked think that there should be more religious holidays recognized in the school calendar, which is a good point because, just like in America, bullying is, related to skin color, race, religion, whether you're like an immigrant or not, and a lot of them actually are immigrants, the ones that are getting bullied. So the fact that they think that different holidays should be recognized is a good point because right now, I mean, basically in the Christian holidays, I mean, at least in the U.S. that are getting recognized, and we don't have Hanukkah break, we only have Christmas break. Stuff like that. It might be, it might make a change, but I don't know how that would work out. Maybe just because I'm from that school system, where, we only have Christian holidays, or I don't know. It's a little bit more complicated than that. Uh, Another thing is that it's more fearful of, going to and from school, which is kind of interesting. Someone's post was, half of it was about how, he had trouble getting in school. That's the first step to going to school in England. You have to actually get inside the building. Because I guess there's some bullies that, like, block in the way. And, uh, and another one said, some other person said, like, on some other site that I read, that bullying is there's a greater degree of worry than is warranted by reality. So basically, if we didn't get so much, attention to bullying, and there wasn't so much awareness, then there wouldn't be so much worry, which sounds really dumb to me. That's what I think. But at the same time, it says that um, students are more likely to report it. So that's why they have higher statistics than anybody else. But at the same time, y'all reporting it, that's still a lot of bullying. I think that's the first step to stop stop it. Don't worry about like how you compare to everybody else. Try to fix it first. Well, let's calm down. And another interesting thing that I found, one girl, you know, she didn't so much talk about bullying student to student, it was student to the teachers. And there's actually a few issues about that I found. Apparently teachers are not treated very well. It's not a good idea to get a job in the UK as teaching education. And it's not only with students, it's with parents also. They are not treating their teachers well. Even goes as far as like an online thing, online bullying, where, here's what it says. Parents voicing legitimate concerns turn into something more serious, such as cyberbullying or, defamation. Um, and they say they do this is because they have little choice, because their concerns about their, children aren't being listened to. So it's kind of like bullying begets bullying in a way. It just makes it a huge cycle. Um, and parents have a right to express their views and complaints should be heard. Schools can only benefit from constructive feedback. It's true, but it's kind of like they don't want to hear everything. They don't want to hear all your problems and issues. And I totally agree that social networking sites are a big issue right now. Another thing was that, some kid made a page, against a teacher. Like, you should, take a stand against this person, join me if you want to speak your mind, which is horrible. So that was pretty interesting. I feel like I had something else to say. I don't know. I think it just warrants a little bit more research on everybody's part, not only for me, but I guess for people in their own country too. Um, get to the heart of the issue and stop there.